Hi, and welcome back to Chit Chat. I'm Payton. This is...
I'm Nahi.
And Ross.
And Ross. And we're in a new setting today. This is my room.
And we like it.
It's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's cute.
My friends always call it doll. You know?
I don't.
I'm not a knick-knack person. It's not my fault.
You know what I like is this bed.
Nice fuzzy.
It's
The
fuzzy
fuzzy?
and it's PG. It's a PG
It's a
bed.
PG bed.
Yeah.
For everyone wondering.
Let's keep it that way, huh?
Yeah, no, forever.
Yeah.
Forever
Yeah.
we'll keep it that way. I live with
At
my
least till you're
parents.
40.
I live with my parents. So,
Yeah.
you know. everything's
40 is
good.
fine.
40 is fine?
40.
How old are you, Ross?
Oh, that's not good.
All right.
Well, anyway, so you had some blood tests today, huh?
Yes. I'm not really a needle person. I still go to the doctor with my mom because, well, obviously, I get scared. But I had blood work done today, kind of just routine. But I was scared because last time I got blood work done, I kind of passed out. I gave blood at my high school blood drive, and I was actually a little bit under the weight and like height requirement because you're supposed to be a match. And they took that, and my blood bag was very full. The guy even said, he was like, wow, this one's about to burst. And I was like, great. Went to eat right after that, obviously, because went to a little cafe close to our school. I wasn't feeling good. A couple days later, I was at work, and I made it through my night at work, went home, and I was like shaking, and I didn't feel good. Went to the hospital. Of course, they had to draw more blood to see what was wrong with me, and I just completely passed out. Woke up my mom, the doctor, nurses, everybody was wheeling me, and I had oxygen in, and I was had an IV in, and I was oh my gosh, yeah. And then they wanted to take me for a bunch of tests or whatever, and I just wanted to go home. It was late, and yeah. So then I ended up, now I will not donate blood again because that was really scary, and now I'm scared to get my blood drawn every time. I feel like as soon as they stick that needle in there, I'm gonna pass out. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, but you're okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm good. It was
All
just
right.
routine. It went good today. My mom got me a little treat after, so...
That's always nice. Little post-doctor visit treat.
That's what I always used to get too, because I would get my blood drawn too, and then it was always in the morning because I had to fast.
Yeah?
So and they would make my brother fast with me, so it was fair and square.
Mhm.
And then we would always we would pull up to the place, get it drawn at 7 a.m. and then we would go to Chick-fil-A and get breakfast, and then we went to school. And then I just remember this one time the girl was like, you need a note, and then so I pulled out my arm and I was like, is this good enough?
Is this a note?
But yeah, I still remember that one time we went to Chick-fil-A and then we saw our old teacher, so he was just giving out a bunch of free coupons to us.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Mr. Tip, shout out.
That was a good Chick-fil-A. In fact, we used to go to Disneyland.
Oh, my gosh.
And when we would drive in the morning, we would leave early in the morning, 3 in the morning.
To get their bite.
To get there, yeah. But then we would stop at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Every time.
In Fullerton to go get some breakfast.
And you know what's funny is that every time we did that, I didn't get breakfast. I got lunch. Okay, because every time I did not and now I love Chick-fil-A breakfast. I'm so happy when I'm up for it. I drive down, I get the chicken minis. So good. But tell me why they only come in counts of 4 and then 12. Where's 6?
There's no middle,
Where's
yeah.
the 8? And I literally looked at the guy and I was like, wow, that's crazy. He was like, dude, I know. I was like, let's do something. Let's fix it.
Because even Cane's, I think Cane's comes in a 6, right?
Cane's comes in a 3, 4, and then 6. Yeah, I'm an expert on Cane's.
I am not an expert on Cane's. I eat there a lot, but generally I just share with somebody. If I go with my brother, I just eat 2 out of his.
Yeah.
And I'm set.
Cane's is nice because they have Coke Zero. I think every restaurant
Do they not have...
should have Coke Zero.
Do they not?
No, they do.
No, I mean, does every restaurant not?
No, they sometimes have Diet Coke, which...
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's not the same.
We should
Diet
do one of
Pepsi?
those challenges where you lay out different kinds of Cokes and see if you can pick out... Because I truly believe that I could tell the difference between Diet, Zero, regular... You know what's worse is that... Okay, I drink regular Coke. Love a good regular Coke. You know what's worse is when you go through a drive-thru and all of a sudden you're expecting your nice, crisp Coke, whichever kind you like, and I take a sip of it and it's diet, I want to throw them out the window. That's equivalent to like getting mayonnaise on your sandwich when you ask for no mayonnaise.
So whenever I think of Diet Coke, I think of because I went to Summit in Florida a couple years ago, and my friend he was like begging us to go to McDonald's because we spent the whole day at Disney World. So he was begging us to go to McDonald's after so we could get food, and he was just like, our whole order came to like $44 between like four kids, and it was just so funny because he was like naming his order and he got a Diet Coke. That's all I remember, and the whole thing was gone in when we left the drive-thru.
Oh my god!
Like 5 minutes later, the whole thing was gone. I was like, now that's crazy. Well, we didn't even start eating.
I used to go to McDonald's after my swim meets when I was swimming, and you know I'm a hungry girl. You know what I mean. I would go. I got a 20-piece chicken nugget, a Coke, and a medium fry, and I took all of it down like while we were still because we would like stop and eat there because like small town we had to drive like a long way or whatever, and everybody was like, "Did you eat all of it?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like, I ate my fries, I was drinking my drink, I ate all 20, which is a lot. Like, that's definitely like an after a swim meet kind of meal, but, everybody was very impressed.
Well, that's good, though. I'm glad you guys are eating.
Yeah, I'm eating.
It's better than, starving yourself.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if people do that, but...
Yeah.
Well, me personally, I'm a fatty with food. I'm a foodie.
I'm a hangry person, though. Like, I had to fast today.
Yeah. I think we're all three of us. I think we get hangry
people. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really hard to... Some people can just function hungry, and I don't understand it. That's all I'm thinking about. As soon as I eat, I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat next. When I'm at work to get me through my shift, I think about what I'm going to have for dinner. Or I try to guess what my mom has made me for dinner. So,
Does your... Again, without saying any names, does your workplace, the one you work on the weekends, the very, very nice restaurant, do they give you food?
So we have like family meal or whatever, which you can eat
Before your shift?
Before your shift. So
Or before the restaurant opens?
Yeah, so depending on what time you get there, we have family meal. They take it away at 6, which is like when all the last workers are supposed to be there. So if you want to eat family meal, you just have to be there. Like if your shift starts at 6, be there at 5:30 so you can eat family meal. We do get like discounted like restaurant food.
What if your shift starts at like 8 or something though?
Well, all the last workers come in at 6.
Okay, so everyone...
that's like the latest you'll be called in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So restaurants actually do that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that on TV, but I didn't know they actually...
All it is like what ingredients they order the most of. So we have like excess blah blah blah. They make family meal out of it. Which, sometimes works out in my favor because, like, so...
Do they have any extra steak at all sometimes?
Oh, no, we have...
Surf and turf?
We get extra shrimp sometimes. Whatever, they'll make pasta or whatever with it, which is good. Never any excess steak, unfortunately.
Crab legs?
None of the expensive
No.
food.
Sadly. But if there was crab legs there, they wouldn't last 5 minutes if I was in the building. I could take down some crab legs.
I love crab legs.
I love crab legs.
When it's heated.
Yeah.
Where did we went somewhere where they had cold crab legs, and I was like, what is this?
I think they'll offer them, like, I think even our restaurant offers them, like, warm or cold, like, whatever, because people's preference is different.
Really? Yeah, I don't know.
I like hot crab. You guys ever been to Joe's down here?
Long time ago.
So good.
Is it even still in business? I don't know.
Yeah, it's in the seizure shops.
Is it?
Yeah.
You talking about Joe's Crab Shack?
No, Joe's.
Oh.
No, different Joe's.
Oh, Joe.
Nicer restaurant.
Oh.
They're known for their...
Crab legs?
Yeah. So good. They get flown in every morning.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh. Ate a whole pound.
How much did that cost?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you know we used to buy crab legs at Costco?
Every single Christmas, we used to buy crab legs.
I know.
Well, but it used to be $27 a pound.
Yeah. What is it now?
Oh, man, it's like 40, 50 something a pound. It's crazy.
My parents were looking to do it this past Christmas or something, and they were like, yeah, nope. And they were tiny or whatever, and they were going it, I don't know. They were like, that's crazy. But something was almost getting up to $100 a pound. What was that?
I don't know, but it's outrageous.
Yeah. It's sad.
Because we were looking at getting that. Costco has a 10-pound box of crab legs.
Really?
Yeah. But it was like $300 before, but now it's, I don't know, it's
Now it's probably like
400 or 500. Yeah.
Wow.
closer to 1,000.
I don't think they even offer it anymore. I think they've said, you know, no one's gonna buy this. No one's gonna spend $500 on crab legs.
Catch me on the right day.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, then I have to cook them, and I don't want to do that.
And then you gotta, what is it?
I got.
Just like shell 'em.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta deshell 'em.
Yeah, that was horrible. I remember my mom used to get mad because she'd be deshelling all of ours or whatever. By the time she got to her,
Yeah.
it was like cold. She was like, "I'm not doing this anymore."
Or by the time she puts one out, it's already
It's already
is it gone?
It's gone. I'm eating it as she's giving it to me. Ooh, it's good.
So Joe's, huh?
Yeah, it's good.
Have we ever? I don't know. We go to Caesar's quite a bit, so I don't.
Well, we only go to like the forum shops. We don't really look at the.
Is it in the forum shops?
It's like it's like in the general area or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to look for that next time.
You guys should. It's really
We have certain spots and stores that we go
only
by.
stop at certain stores.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm.
No, I like to walk around sometimes too. When I have like friends visiting that don't live here, we'll go head down there and just do a nice little
Little wraparound tour.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was gonna do. But like people my age, like we can't do anything fun. Like none of us can drive. So none of us can really do anything besides walk around. So that would just be awkward having to ask parents for rides. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember my brothers got lucky because by the time that they were like out to do stuff or what, I could already drive. So I was automatically Payton, can you take me and my friends here? Maybe, you know. I had a scooter. I had a Razor scooter. I would scooter down to the gas station and get Slurpees with my friends. Then we'd sit there and we'd be like, how are we going to go about? So we'd sit down there and finish them and then scooter back up.
Okay, hold on. Let me teach you a very important concept that we developed in college.
Okay.
Okay, so this was before Uber and everything.
Okay.
This before DoorDash.
Yeah, and all that stuff.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to say when, but, you know, it was a little bit a while ago. But anyway, so it's when I lived in the dorms at UNLV, it's called, you know, so only certain people had cars.
Right.
So if someone wanted, let's say,
In and Out.
In and Out or something, when In and Out wasn't right
Close.
there, right? You know, so they would say, "Can you go and get it for me?"
Mm-hmm.
And so it would be, "I fly, you buy,"
Oh, yeah.
right? So
they
it's
still say that
"I
sometimes.
fly, you buy." So
If I drive you, you better buy me in and out.
right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Okay.
And then there's no fly, no buy. So
Which
if you're not with us when we
don't
go,
get
you don't get anything.
I never heard that
Yeah.
part of it. That's
Yeah,
funny.
I fly, you buy. No fly, no buy.
No.
There's all kind of variations.
Yeah, I guess that's a concept like when because like I had a couple of older friends or whatever who were already driving. So sometimes when they would agree to drive us all or whatever, they never paid for the meal. Everybody
Yeah.
was scramping for them because they were the only one that could drive. We're just all passengers in the car, just happy to be there.
I remember I taught that to Safi, you know, Safi's
Yeah.
kid. And the other thing I remember talking about, his name is Asi. And I taught him also, we were at,
you don't pick up the
yeah,
first
at
thing.
Sam's Club. We were at Sam's Club or Sam's Club or Costco, one
No,
of
that's
those.
Sam's Club.
Yeah, and I you know, it was just Asi with us. And I told Asi, okay, because I told him to go get something and he picks up the first one. I say, okay, you never pick up
Everybody
the
knows.
front one.
You dig in the
Yeah.
back and then.
And then he was really young and he goes,
Why?
yeah, he goes, why? So I grabbed one. I forget what it was.
It was bread.
It was, yeah, I grabbed one, I picked it up, and I dropped it right on the floor.
And then put it back right in the front.
And then put it back right in the front. And
That's
so,
why.
yeah,
Never-
the bread made like a loud popping
Really?
sound. Yeah, I was like, you know, like pop, you know, when it hit the ground.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it was,
People look at me weird when I go to the grocery store, like with my friends, and I'm like digging in the back to grab. They're like, "Payton, it's a box of Cheez-Its," and I'm like, "It doesn't matter." You
well,
grab from the
and even
back.
like returns, when people return stuff,
They just put it right.
the employees will
on
just
top.
put it right back in the front,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
You gotta know.
and a lot of times too, what they'll do is they'll put the stuff that expires in the front.
Yeah, and then the new stuff is
In the back, right.
Which, I mean, it's a stocking method.
Yeah.
That's why we get bread. We go
All
all
the way to the
back.
back. You need that longest lasting, the farthest away expiration date. Same with milk.
Yeah.
All the way to the back.
But yeah, when your brothers ask you to do something, I fly, you buy.
Or no
For real.
fly, no buy. That's what I do with my brother.
Mm.
Whenever
Some-
we go out.
Yeah, because we go out shopping and he's like, "Can you get me this? Can you get me
And
that?"
then we go to Target and he's like, "Can you give me this?" And I said, "No fly, no buy."
Yeah, no fly, no buy.
That's funny.
Or I was like, "Are you doing something for me in return?"
Yeah, it's a trade-off. Sometimes I just felt like being that, nice, cool sister. Yeah, I'll take you guys to the mall. But I'm not picking you up on a ride,
They go to the mall?
Yeah, I used to go to the mall, walk around.
Which mall?
Just Galleria.
Oh.
We're fashion show people ourselves.
Yeah, I know.
We love fashion show.
I love fashion show too, but it's so far from here.
It is.
And it's like, and if I'm at fashion show, it's an all day event. Like if I just need to grab a quick little thing, I'll just, head over. But if I need, like I was just recently at fashion show and I bought a whole new wardrobe. I don't need to go shopping for months. I have just about every, yeah. But I'm big.
Summer clothes?
Yeah, I'm a big clothes lover though. I love my basics, my neutral colors. But yeah, I could shop till I drop, for real.
When I think of fashion show, there's this restaurant in there. It's along the strip. I don't know what it is, but there's this guy named, Kelly, who's a friend of mine, a good friend, and, the owner of his company. But anyway, the owner of his company has a drink there. Named after him because he goes there all the time.
Really?
But yeah, whenever I think of the owner, I always think of the car wash story. I never told you about that?
No, what car wash story?
So this guy, he's really a good businessman, really makes a lot of money for himself. But anyway, when he was growing up, he would wash cars in his driveway. And so he would wash cars and he would befriend, like doctors and lawyers. And he became so good at it that they would let him like, hey, of course, when you're young, you're a teenager, what are you going to do with the car? You're going to go drive it around, right? Yeah. So anyway, he would go drive around the car like it was his.
The nice cars.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he would wash the car and his dad comes out and he goes, where's my money? And the guy goes, what are you talking about? I'm doing all the work. I got the client. I'm washing their car. I'm drying it. I'm doing everything. What do you mean, where's your money? He goes, the water that you're getting the water from to wash the car is mine. And so he had to pay his dad.
Really?
Yeah, to wash the car because it was
his water.
It was his water, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It's true that's how it is.
Sense.
But yeah, that's a kind of a tough lesson when you're
a kid.
For 15, 16, I don't know how old he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But ever since then, he kind of.
He was like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taught him a lesson.
Yeah.
It's very good. Everybody needs, learn stuff like that in their lifetime.
I wonder how Kelly's doing now. I hope he's doing well. You know Kelly, right?
I think I met him once or twice, yeah.
Yeah. We met him when we were valeting at this club called Seven, which was on the Strip. This was before, I think it was where Crystal's was. Is now.
Really?
Yeah, and we would, so I met him while we were doing valet. That's where I met Safi, too. When we were doing
valet down
Valet, yeah. And, we would, there's all kinds of story about valet.
Oh, do they, crazy drive your car? Did you guys ever...
Yeah, in fact, I shouldn't. I used to work at a hotel that I did valet, and it was good because we were part of the Teamsters. But anyway, we would, a lot of times they would, the way that it's set up is you could drive around, and once you drive around a corner, you can't really see.
Right.
The guest can't really see the car.
Right.
So anyway, this particular hotel would have a long loop, really long, I want to say a quarter mile, but it was pretty long.
It was long.
Yeah, it was at least a couple hundred yards.
Wow.
And it was a straightaway. And so we call that the racetrack.
Yeah, well, that's perfect for it. What else are you guys
And so, yeah, they would come around and they would speed down the racetrack.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been seeing all these TikToks or whatever because everybody's valet prices here are outrageous, these days sometimes or whatever.
There's what do you mean?
Just
here in Vegas?
Here in Vegas, in California or whatever. I've never also... Okay, why do I have to pay somebody to park my car when I can just do it myself?
True.
They take it to a parking lot. I can take it to the parking... Let me take it, please. Because they're charging $60 or whatever just to valet your car. I'm like, are you...
And it's a tip on top of that?
Oh, and it's tip on top of that, yeah.
I'm sure they're getting money off that $60 though.
Oh, I'm sure, but it's just let me park it myself.
Yeah.
Self parking. I mean, unless it's like
A far walk.
a far walk, unless I'm getting really beneficial, like it's a far walk and like, oh, I would rather pay somebody to do it than me have to walk or find a parking spot. I don't know. I just feel like it should be optional and not required, because a lot of the hotels and everything here, like certain shopping malls or whatever, like valet is required.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like you valet your car or park somewhere else and walk over.
Yeah. I refuse. My mom laughs at me. I refuse to pay for parking
For any
on the
parking.
strip.
It's crazy. It's literally crazy.
I mean, you should be free. You should be free. Stay there all day.
Yeah.
You know, of
And
course.
now if you stay past a certain time limit or whatever, like it can double in certain places. Like nighttime parking is much more expensive than daytime parking.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. And then it's like, even if you stay at that hotel or whatever, you bring your car, you're still going to have to pay for parking regardless if you're staying there or not. In certain hotels. Not all hotels, but certain ones. It's like they're milking you for every penny you got.
Yeah.
It's like,
Resort fees?
yeah. Well,
Resort.
I don't know if I can, say all this or whatever, but I work somewhere or whatever. We have complimentary valet. We offer complimentary valet. That's very rare on the strip. It's very kind. I drive my car down myself. Why? Because, I make buddy with valet guys, whatever. They let me take it down myself. Thank you. There's this one guy. Every time he sees me. My car, everybody knows it. It's very recognizable. I'm very recognizable. Roll to my window. Hi, how are you? Good. Did we talk to you about the tipping? When they do something for me, they keep a parking spot for me, whatever, when it's going to be busy or super inconvenience or whatever, I give them a hefty tip for me. Do they know I'm a hostess? I don't get tipped out. He's like, yeah, no. It's like, even if you take it down or whatever. And I'm like, do you want $5? I go, do you want it right now? Well, yeah, that would be great. Oh, here's your $5. Thank you for taking it from a kid. Thank you. I hope you do better with that $5 than me. It's like, I'll give you the $5 if that's what you're asking. But if you ever, like, complimentary valet, you're not parking my car. I'm not parking in customer parking either. Because once you go down a tunnel, there's, like, a bunch of parking areas or whatever. So I park in the employee parking area where they would park their own cars if you're working valet. So I was like, I just think it's so stupid. Also, because it's just a tunnel, people could park their own cars. But I just have a strong feeling. I hate valet.
That's weird. So where you work, you have to valet your car?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I
Wow.
could park in the next hotel over in their self-park and walk over.
But you have to pay.
But yeah, I would have to either go through their employee entrance, explain that I work in the mall over, which they might let you through, they might not, I might have to pay. Or my valet is complimentary or whatever. I have valet guy friends that they'll take it. If they take it down for me, if I'm running late, I will just get out of the car. I tip them, they take it down for me. So good. If I'm on time and if I just want to sit in my car for 30 minutes because I'm at work early, I will take it down myself or whatever. But then is it wrong that I don't tip them?
Well, that's a good question, if it's a complimentary valet, obviously if it's a guest or customer, they should tip.
They should, 100%.
Absolutely. But for an employee, if you're forced to valet as an employee, are you required to tip? That's
If I take it down myself, if they're not driving my car, if they are not touching they don't bring it back up to me, I have my keys just like I would park it normally, should I tip? Because when they take it down, or if they do me a huge favor or whatever, and they let me through when they're closed or whatever, because, like F1 was crazy. Couldn't find parking anywhere or whatever. They let me through. I gave them a hefty tip.
yeah.
And that way, I was getting tipped good that weekend or whatever, so I was like, but, so it's like, if I take it down myself, should I be required to tip?
Well, the argument for that is
Employee to employee.
that too, but if you're taking one of their spots, then that could be a spot that they could use for someone else.
But I park in the employee, we have employee, section lots, so I park in there. So they wouldn't really park a guest in that, too, in those rows. Because when I take it down, they tell me, those 2 rows. And I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, if you take it down yourself
Mm-hmm.
and park it in an employee designated parking spot, then yeah, I don't think you shouldn't tip.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, and if I was made of money, I would. But I'm just a kid. Just a college student.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, granted too, that's another factor too. If you're a server there and you're making
And
$500 a night or something.
Oh yeah, like that's completely different. But I'm not, and it's like I literally told him, I was like, I don't get tipped out, right? Like, here's your $5 from a kid. Like, thank you. Please put it to better use than I would. Well, this guy, he's just meanie. But, anyways.
We won't out him.
I won't out him. But he knows who he is. He knows.
I wonder how long people try and figure out where you work.
Right. Yeah. I wonder if it'll take them a long time. I feel like we've been pretty secretive about it. Plus, it's Vegas. How many nice restaurants are there?
Well, each show we kind of divulge a little bit more information.
We do kind of a little bit more. Now you know there's a mini valet guy.
Yeah. What is this? The 4th show?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they watch all 4, then they'll get
they might get bits and pieces.
Right at each one.
Yeah, figure out where Payton works.
But we love them. We love those people that watch all of our shows.
Bro, we should
give them something.
We should give them something. You can figure out where I work. You can figure it out.
And not only where you work, but go in there and give you a tip. The only thing that sucks about that is, I've told you this before, is, when you want to go in there, and this is another thing too, is it's when you share tips, when you pool your tips.
We do pull tips, which is, again, beneficial, but also could suck, just depending on the situation.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, you do really, really great one night, got to put it in the pool because everybody else got nothing. Or you get nothing and somebody else did really, really great, and you're like, at least I walk out of here with something.
Yeah.
But sometimes, I guess maybe I wish it wasn't, because, I don't know, I guess if, they earned it, I would be like, wow, that's great for you. I'm so happy that you got that, because you, because they thought that you went above and beyond for them or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then again, it's just whoever happened to get that guest who was
right.
To, so I guess it's just all roll of the die. There's plus and minuses to everything.
But eventually you should be able to bring in your own people. That's probably what they want, right? Or no? Is that part of your job?
What?
To, I know in clubs they do VIP hosts where it's their job to go out and bring people into the club.
Oh, that is not part of my job.
Oh, well then it should be pooled then, I guess, because
I guess it makes sense because it's not like I'm bringing in certain people.
Right. But some people I'm sure have regulars, correct? In terms of
servers have regulars. I don't really think hostesses do. We know all the regulars. I know them on a name basis. They have saved tables. So what sucks is when you get regulars, that same table is. They both have the same table and they come in on the same night or whatever, and then it's if it's the same around the same time reservation, it's manager's got to handle that one because they both have request this certain table, which doesn't happen very often.
Do you need reservations? Yeah,
we're pretty much reservation. We accept walk-ins, but you're just gonna have to come on a lucky day or whatever.
Do you turn people away from walk-ins?
We have, yeah. Depending on how busy we are, we're pretty much reservation only based. If you come on a day that we're not busy, we'd be happy to see walk-ins.
That's good, I guess, if you're busy.
Yeah, if we're busy or whatever, we simply can't accept a walk-in.
Right.
Or we'll say you can't come until about this time. This is when we have openings or more. We slow down for the night. So, but people you can take reservations for the bar too. You can reserve seats at the bar, and a lot of people are crazed out by that too, because they're you can reserve bar seating. I'm like. People do it. I get it though. Bar is kind of fun. It's a whole different vibe from the rest of the restaurant. I feel in every restaurant it's always a different vibe. Yeah.
Well, bartenders and servers will bring in their own people because they keep their money, right? They keep their tips, yeah.
So.
Of course they're going to say, come in and see me, or
please.
I work on these days, or.
But we have some people who will literally leave the restaurant if their server that they want is not there. If they're unaware. I
would probably do that too.
You know what, if that's who gave me the best experience and I've been coming to her and she's not there, I'll probably leave too. Or I just, would call ahead and make sure. Normally they do where they have contact with the server. But.
Yeah, we go to Hank's and we have a server there that we like. Yeah. Always takes care of us, yeah.
That's good. That's fun.
But he's, hold on one second. But yeah, he's, yeah, he always takes care of us. He's very funny. Sometimes I think he overdoes it though.
Just a little.
Yeah. Just a little. He comes by and he knows where we're from and he knows, So sometimes he'll kind of play that up a little bit too much,
Oh,
I think.
really?
Yeah. But, whatever. I'd rather have that than someone
who's like nonchalant.
Yeah,
just
and-
like,
that doesn't care about you at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. I think it also, just depends on. I feel like it depends on so many things. I feel like people are also quick to judge based on the way that you come into a restaurant or whatever. That's not because, like I said, half my favorite thing to do is just watch, and I look at very little details or whatever, minute details. You can always tell when somebody really has a chunk of change or when they doesn't, and when people misjudge it, it's just funny to watch.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, so, not you, but do other people you work with, do they judge people when they come in? Like, if this guy has money or they don't have money?
We don't really, I wouldn't say that, like, the people that I directly work with, like, we sit there and talk about it, but once they're pretty much seated at a table or whatever, it's very, the people who are, like, the staff can pretty quickly tell, I think, is the best way to put it.
Like what, though? What gives it away?
What gives it away? What a la carte is, or...
A la carte?
A la carte?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that?
That a la carte means that it comes by itself.
But that's what they'll ask, like,
Oh.
me or somebody, so that...
And they'll say a la carte?
A la carte, because it says it on the menu in very fine print or whatever, just right at the bottom. Everything is, because it's not like if you were to go to a certain place and you can get like meals, which is great. Everything is, you order by itself. Or when people ask on what does MKT stand for? It's market price.
Right, market, yeah.
Market price.
But in defense of some people...
Some people may just not know.
Right,
but
right.
then it's very quickly, or you get and that's it, just for the steak, no sides. Yeah, that's what it is. And I'm over here like, I know. I mean, I love Texas Roadhouse. I get a great deal, great sides, a lot of food. But yeah, so.
Well, even like, Texas Roadhouse is good, but we could go to Costco too. But even there, those steak prices, like filet, I'm a filet person myself.
Oh, I am too. I don't like the fat.
Yeah.
I don't like the fat.
But even fillets up there are expensive.
Yeah, everything's... I went to this... there's a butcher down, like I don't know, the meat butcher or whatever. I went in there recently because one of my friends or whatever, his dad had given him a gift card for, like, meat. You can go buy meat from a butcher. Best steak I ever had. Was so good. Was a filet, and then he got, like, a bunch of other stuff or whatever. I mean, it was crazy expensive, but I was like, this tastes better than the Costco filet.
And that's here?
Yeah, it's here. It's, like, right off, oh my gosh, down... Tropicana, I think.
And it's a butcher?
Yeah, it's like a little butcher. Little meat shop.
They don't cook it for you. They just cut it for you.
No, they just cut it for you. But, and they're only open like certain times. Or I think they're closed on like Mondays or something like that. But I mean, I was like, wow. And it's like, I think the guy who owns it's Italian or whatever. And I'm like, just the vibe in there was good. I could tell the food was going to be good. But, yeah. So.
All right. Well, thanks for letting us invade your room.
Your room, yes.
Of course.
This was a nice change of setting.
Yeah.
It's a great room.
Here.
Yeah, it is very nice.
Oh, thank you guys. It's not really finished, but yeah, I just like no knickknacks. I don't know. Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks again for watching episode 4 in the books, and we'll keep going.
Sounds
Yeah.
great.
All
Thank
right.
you guys.
All right. Thanks. We'll see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.